listening to the YouTube streets. Yo, yo, yo. This is your home girl, Arabia, boss of the BT 1000. Coming to you with another live video. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I'm on Westchester County, New York. Wide awake. Wide awake. And I see what's going on these YouTube streets. And it's very interesting to me. And I'm not going to make a comment about what I see or what I hear. Not this time. Everyone is doing that quite well on their own. I'm not a news reporter. So it is what it is. We see what bull job is happening on these YouTube streets, the tonteria, the unnecessary arguments, the unnecessary packing on, because people can smell blood. People can smell blood, just like a shark can, just like a dog can. People can smell blood. They know when there's weakness or weak link, make assumptions, but are not really true. It's not really true. It's just an illusion. It's just an illusion. My boss just texted me, said that I have to come back to work tomorrow for my job assignment. I was thinking we didn't have to go back until Wednesday. She proved me wrong just now. Good morning, Tamika. Good morning, Tamika. Thank you for coming in. I want to thank everyone that comes over and supports my channel. I want to thank everyone that comes over and supports my channel. I appreciate your view. I appreciate the support, even though there are times that I am unhinged and doing a rant. I'm not going to do a rant this morning. I'm not going to do a rant this morning. I have to get myself prepared to go to work tomorrow morning. And I don't have to walk down there. I don't have to walk, not at all, tomorrow morning. So when I get up, take my shower, get myself ready to go, the only thing I have to do is worry about catching the bus at the bus stop. Yeah. So it is what it is, 914, which is the county of New York. As you see the title, it's written in Swahili. Itakuwaji. Itakuwaji. That means basically I'm saying it is what it is, or whatever will be, will be. So I'm taking a laid back approach to things this morning. Shout out to the chat. Good morning, DJ Cleveland. Good morning, Tamika. Good morning to all the ghost watchers hiding in the shadows and in the darkness of the YouTube streets. Shout out to you. Cocotazo that like button. Cocotazo that like button. Shout out to the chat. We see the tables are turning. The tables are turning against the one that was in the sector calling themselves fighting the battles of Kwame Brown. We see that things are turning around. That person has been exposed. The person is on Front Street. All that needs to happen now is for, whatever to happen, happens. Sometime what goes around comes back around. That's why it's important It's important sometimes to treat people with respect if they deserve respect. Only if they deserve any type of respect. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, but I'm watching what's going on these YouTube streets, and it only happens to the women. I noticed that it only happens to the females in this sector and in other sectors of the YouTube streets where certain things will happen and all of a sudden she's no longer the apple of people's eye. All of a sudden, she becomes the villain. All of a sudden, she becomes Joan of Arc. All of a sudden, she becomes Anne Boleyn. All of a sudden, she becomes Madame Zedong. A lot of you don't know who Madame Zedong is. I'm going to tell you who she is. Madame Zedong was the wife of Chairman Mao. Who was Chairman Mao? He was over the Communist Party. After Chairman Mao Zedong passed away, Madame Zedong inspired herself and others to take leadership over China. She was unsuccessful. Her and her group was labeled the Gang of Four. Shout out to the chat. She was accused of certain crimes. They put her on trial. She was sentenced to death. They gave her the death penalty, but it was commuted to life in prison. And then a few years later, she unalived her own self. And history has a way of repeating itself over and over and over again, especially when the female is concerned, when a woman is concerned. And we've seen it all too well. I'm looking over there at the news of the Black Panther sister that recently passed away in Cuba, how this country went up against her, how they accused her of certain crimes that she did not commit. When she escaped from the penitentiary, she fled to Cuba. And she could never return back to the United States, even though she was an innocent woman. I look at what they did to Winnie Mandela. I look at what they did to women all through history. And it repeats itself over and over and over again on different levels. And especially here on this platform, especially here on the YouTube streets. It happens over and over and over again, where women are targeted, pinpointed, and then set on trial, and they're usually found guilty, and they're completely innocent of the charges. In certain cases, I'm not piling on. I'm not concerned about it. I'm concerned about piling on onto my own problems. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about my own situation. That's the only thing I care about. Shout out to the chat. And I'm not talking about what's going on this platform. I can care less. I'm talking about the real world. I'm talking about real life. That's what I'm talking about. How certain things are acceptable in this environment and this society of North America. Not only in North America, but Europe, Africa, Asia, the Middle East, where a woman is accused of certain things. She's not allowed to defend herself. Even when she does defend herself, her words are drowned out by the screams of the crowd. Because everyone is looking for a Jesus. Everyone is looking for a blood human sacrifice. And sometimes it happens on a spiritual level. Open your eyes, look around you. Shout out to the chat. I'm not going to be up here that long. I'm closing out this video. But I'm not closing out my own opinion or my own thoughts or anything. But I'm closing out this video. So shout out to everyone that came over. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your view. I appreciate you, Coco Tassel, the like button. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And we will see each other in another video, perhaps on someone else's chat. But there are certain chats I'm not going to be in because I'm not interested in going to their chats. I'm not interested in hearing what they have to say. I'm not interested. I'm not. So let us proceed. And in the words of Moonlight, let's read. Hey, Escufo, I see you in the chat. Thank you for coming over. Coco Tassel, that like button, sir. I appreciate it. And yes, I did agree with what we said yesterday in someone else's chat. Because I don't like that nigga. And when I don't like you, or I dislike the fuck shit I see you doing, trust me. Because I don't like that shit he be doing. Not at all. Peace out, y'all. One.